Hey fellow creators, just wanted to welcome you to Draw, Color, Create, and Repeat. So today we are using alcohol markers, and they are super popular because they are very forgiving when it comes to doing coloring. Start with doing color matching, and with that you want to get your image and zoom in very close. When you zoom in, you'll be able to see all of the different variations of colors, and I like to get a scratch sheet of paper to write down all of the colors I plan to use in the image. And you'll see me go throughout the video writing down colors that I choose to use. This color chart comes with your markers, and you just go in when you first get your markers and color in everything to match the number that's on the back of the marker to the chart, so that when you're going through and coloring like this, you already have everything organized. So we are going to start with the very first color. I like to start with the lightest color that I'm going to be using for her skin tone. With alcohol markers, a quick tip is when you color, make sure you are coloring from one section to the next, just to make sure that it doesn't leave any splotches. As you can see, I'm starting on one side and then coloring all the way down, not coloring certain parts and then jumping around coloring. Another quick tip that I wanted to mention was allowing your colors to dry layer by layer. You don't want to just go in and color everything all at one time, because alcohol markers need time to dry completely so you can see the true color of what it's going to be. So now I'm just coloring in her romper to allow the first layer of the skin color to completely dry, so I can see where I need to go back in and start adding some shading, add some layering to just give her skin dimension. The color that I'm using right now is going to be the main color that I use for her skin. Again, make sure you go in and color from one side to the next and not jumping around, because you will end up having spots and splotches. On this arm in particular, I'm going in and coloring over the whole thing because it is darker. The great thing with alcohol markers is that when you color it multiple times, even with the same color, it makes it darker and creates dimension and variation. So you could see in that moment, I was kind of having a time where I forgot and I wanted to start coloring over her face again, but you have to let the colors dry in between, because it will look like spotty and kind of scary looking. Just let it dry, come back. I am going in and doing color swatches for her hair color, and I'm going to let that dry off to the side so I can see if that's what I actually want to use for her hair color while her skin is drying. Let the swatches dry and come back. Okay, so now that most of her skin color has dried, I'm going in and I'm just using the exact same color that we used for her skin tone the first time, and just layering in, adding shadowing to create dimension and realism. If you want it to be more realistic, the biggest thing is adding in the details, making sure that you are paying attention to where the shadows are coming from, where the lighting is coming from, and adding the color in those areas. So with me coloring in right now, it may look like I have switched to a different color marker, but I'm actually going in with the same marker that I used for her skin tone and just layering it. So you can see that with multiple layers of using the same exact color, after letting it dry, it starts to get darker and adds dimension. If you notice, when I'm coloring larger areas, I am still going from top to bottom. If you choose to go from bottom to top, that is up to you. Make sure you are not jumping from one area to the next. I will repeat that multiple times in this video because with alcohol markers, you can definitely ruin your image by jumping from one area to the next. When you're printing your image, you do need to use a thick cardstock paper for alcohol markers. Regular paper, your markers will color all the way through and bleed through and eventually begin to tear because alcohol markers are alcohol based and they will tear through the paper. One thing that I love about alcohol markers is that if you go in, like with that part right there, I just messed up, but you couldn't tell because alcohol markers are very forgiving. And let's just say you mess up or use a color that is too dark somewhere because you forgot to test it, as you're going to see in this little spot coming up right now. Always test your marker colors. I used a really dark color under her arms and it made it look like she had hair growing and she does not. So the great thing about alcohol markers is if you do mess up like that, you can go in with a lighter shade of marker, color it in, and it actually kind of fades it out. It makes it almost disappear with just using a lighter marker, or there is a marker that has all zeros and that is kind of like an invisible marker. It makes the colors blend out or disappear, or if there's a spot that you want to make a little bit lighter, like a highlight, you can go in with that marker and create some highlight and some dimension in there. Once it dries, your mess up kind of disappears. It almost vanishes right before your eyes sometimes. So now we're going in and coloring her hair. I am using little swirls to mimic the curl pattern in her hair. You're going to want to go through and do little tiny curls all over. Layer, layer, layer. Let it dry. Go in and add more coloring because every time you use a different color, it adds some 3D effects. Okay, so this is one of my absolutely favorite marker colors out of the entire set. I use it almost on every single picture that I do. It is a WG and they have different levels of WG. This one allows for you to shade in and create shading around the face or around the pictures or shadows just by layering it over the color you already used, and it just gives it a shadowed look without changing the tone of the color that you're using. It is a gray undertone, but as you can see, I'm coloring right over brown and it is just giving it a shadowed effect without changing the color. Now that her skin is fully dry, I'm just going in and using the same color that I used for her skin tone and adding in the details on her face. That is the 00. I went in and added just a little bit of shine, and again, the 000, it fades away color without removing all of the color. It's not going to erase it, it's not an eraser, but it does give it more translucency. My favorite part about coloring is going in and adding all the realistic touches, so I am going in and adding more layering of color in her hair just to make those curls pop out a little bit more, using multiple different colors in her hair. As it dries, I go in and add more. So here's a fun little game. How many colors did I use in her hair since I started coloring it? Do you remember? If you guessed the number 3, you are correct. So that is only 3 colors I've used in her hair, but what I've done is gone in and used different curl patterns, going from just a plain sheet of paper to now making it look like fluffy curly hair. Don't be afraid to be creative and go in and just use colors that look similar, and it doesn't have to be the exact same. It's a realistic looking picture, but it doesn't have to be the exact same. So don't stress yourself out trying to make it perfect. Now, what I do love about using an iPad when coloring an image and trying to do color matches is being able to zoom in real time right next to the image. I'm not sure if I mentioned, but I did use ChatGPT to recreate this image. So it won't always come out the exact same. So if you can see the background in the actual picture versus the picture that I'm using to color, it is not the same. So that allows you a lot of space for creativity and just going in and enjoying the fun of coloring. Even if you don't consider yourself to be a creative person, coloring just gives you that outlet to be able to do whatever comes to mind and let it free flow how you want it to, and it will always be your own image. So as you can see, I'm just using a fun variation of different greens and just coloring it in to make it look more textured like the photo. This is going to be a more clean image versus the blurred effect that's on the photo, so I'm just going in and having fun and kind of just making it my own. Okay, so like I've said before, you always want to start at the top section or the bottom section or left to right to make sure that your coloring comes out smooth and not splotchy. I'm doing a ground piece right now, so having some texture is okay. Normally I would not color with such large gaps in between, but with the gravel I'm okay with the texture. So now I'm just going back over it in the opposite direction to make it more of a solid color. Again, normally you will not see me doing this in large patches like this or going in multiple different directions, but I want it to be more of a solid color, and when it dries it will be one complete solid color. Since I'm not following the background exact, I'm just going in and improvising and just using whatever colors that kind of speak to me in the moment. I'm just having fun, doing something creative, filling it in. Make it your own, whether you are doing an image with me or not. When it's your chance to color, make it as creative as possible. That's what's going to make it unique. That is what is going to bring out the life of the person or the character or the image that you're doing. You don't want it to be solid colored. Make sure you are using multiple colors, different textures to make it more dimensional. Don't forget, more importantly than anything else, with this picture coming out perfectly, is that you just want to enjoy coloring. Enjoy your markers, be creative, learn how to use them, try different color variations, try different layering of different colors. That's kind of what I'm just doing in this picture, is not trying to make it perfect, because at this point the images are different in the background again. So just going in and playing with different colors to see how it turns out. What are some of your favorite markers to color with? I have tried so many different kinds, and these have come out to be my absolute favorite markers to color with. I've tried Crayola, multiple different brands on Amazon. I have these markers that have paintbrush tips on them. Oh, and that's another thing. These markers do have a paintbrush side, and it also has a more tip side where you can go in and draw in with more details. I prefer to use the paintbrush side. It gives a smoother and blended overall look when your image is completely dry. Everything I used in this video, I'll link in the description below so you can go and purchase it for yourself and also try out these markers. They are super awesome. One of the best on the market. They are called Ohuhu markers. Okay, so we are almost done with the image. This is my favorite gray marker that I was talking about earlier. I'm going in and just adding shading on her romper and using the same color on her skin just to give a little bit more of a shadow effect. When you purchase these markers, let me know how you like this gray color, or what color is your favorite color out of the bunch if you already use Ohuhu markers. Thank you all for watching my video. It has been super fun spending this time with you guys. Here's the dried image. What do you think? Don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, draw, color, create, repeat.